The Nile River. The Nile River is considered the longest river in the world, flowing northwards 4,160 miles from East Central Africa to the Mediterranean. It flows over 11 countries. The Nile River is made of two components, the White Nile and the Blue Nile. White Nile starts from Lake Victoria, which belongs to Tanzania, Uganda and Kenya. Blue Nile starts from Lake Tana in Ethiopia. In ancient times, the Nile River used to flood every year in late summer, depositing minerals in the river banks in Egypt. This made the Nile Valley rich in nutrients and very fertile. The ancient Egyptians converted these areas to farmlands, and the whole Egyptian civilization started with that. The ancient Egyptians built a basin system with earthen banks directing floodwater to basins, which held the floodwater until it is dried out, fertilizing the soil. This yearly cycle refreshed the nutrients in the Nile Valley, making it a productive farmland in the middle of the desert. Even today, the Nile River is the main source of water for Egypt, Sudan, and South Sudan. The Nile River was the main transport medium in Egypt from old days. It was used to transport vegetables, fruits, and cattle. It was even used to transport massive blocks of limestone and granite stones in ancient times to build pyramids. Today, the Nile River plays a major role in the Egyptian tourism industry. Passenger cruises are a common tourist attraction in Egypt. It gives passengers the chance to experience the beautiful Nile River while enjoying Egyptian and international cuisine. We got the chance to experience a cruise ride on the Nile River. We got into the cruise ship from the city of Luxor. It sails around 30 to 40 kilometers a day and docks in the next city. This gives the passengers the time to get down and explore the ancient monuments in that city. Since most of the Egyptian civilization was built on the Nile Valley, this mode of traveling could cover almost all the ancient sites. Tourists could relax in cozy cabins while traveling, which is more comfortable than sitting in a bus for 3 to 4 hours. They can even sleep in their cabins. If If they want to enjoy the views of outside, the sun deck is the ideal place. We came across a set of interesting merchants on the Nile River. They come in small boats and tie their boats to the ship. Then they talk to the passengers trying to sell their textiles. If any passenger is interested, they fling them up to the passengers, sometimes 4-5 levels up. Passengers even try the clothes there themselves. After bargaining, if they decide to purchase, they roll up the money inside the other clothes and send them down to the merchants. The Nile River flows from south to north. Egyptians built a lock system at Esna to move ferries and cruisers upriver through Esna Dam. This is an essential part of the traveling in the Nile River as ships can't go through the dam. When the ship coming from downstream enters the lock, and it closes and fills with water. This takes about 6 minutes and it lifts the ship up to the level of the upstream of the dam. Then the doors of the lock on the upstream side are open, so the ship can enter the upstream. Similar process is followed when the ships coming from upstream need to go to the downstream. They enter the lock and they remove the water from the lock until the water level goes down to match the level of the downstream. Cruise ship is equipped with a good restaurant and we had all 3 meals each day in the restaurant. You can experience international cuisine as well as authentic Egyptian cuisine. In addition, you will find many interesting activities on board. Including theme nights where all the guests get dressed up in ancient Egyptian clothes and jewelry. While experiencing all these, you also get to enjoy picturesque sunsets over the Nile River as well.